Hello everyone and welcome back to Out of Horror. I am your host JC and I have done a little bit of digging. There's quite a bit of material in here, but I'm going to get some more done here and then we're going to do a little jump cut to let all material process through. I'm trying to see if I can actually overload one of the storage things. So that's why I dug so much ahead of time. And so let's go ahead and get right into it. We're going to be doing a lot of pay dirt here, so we should be getting a lot of rubies, diamonds, silicone, and gold. There has been a little bit of blasted rock go through. Obviously, I mean, we were probably, well, back where that coal was at back there. That's how far I've dug. Maybe a little bit further. I don't know. We had two hoppers over here. If I can get a good angle here. Two hoppers over there on the ground, and I've put in, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more. So we've done, well, two of them have been cut, so 8, like 60 meters of material, I guess. Right? 8 times 8. Somewhere in there. Quite a bit at any rate. But we're going to go ahead and get a bunch of cut here and then see what if we can get those things to overload or not. I do want to see it press through at least once on this before I end this season. And I'm thinking I'll either want to hit a billion dollars, which we have 500 million in the company funds plus 200 million here, so we need another 300 million, or episode 60, which we are currently on 56. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with whichever one goes later. So if we hit 60 and we don't have $1 billion between the company and game funds, then we're going to keep going a little bit further. If we hit 1 billion and we're on episode 59, we're going to go ahead and do episode 60 also, just so that we finish off at those 2 points. Both of those have to be completed, level 60 and 1 billion. So I'm not sorry, not level 60, episode 60 and 1 billion. So either way, we are going to have $1 billion in funds and episode 60 or more, depending. I think we'll do it before then, but I'm not positive. Alright, so that's pretty close to where we need to be right there. Let's go ahead and shut this thing down. Move forward 2 blocks. And then we need to switch this back over here to the right a little bit. About there maybe. And we'll continue digging. I'm not sure how long I'm going to dig today. We're going to dig for a little while though. And then this is going to come out on Wednesday, I think. I really didn't have time to record an episode over the last couple days, so I've been doing, 5 or 10, 15 minutes here, etc., etc. That's the reason why I've got so many of those hoppers filled up too, and material. There's a couple of them have like 400,000, a couple of them have 200,000. I was keeping it fairly close, but I believe that looking at this direction, the left one has a little bit more than the right one does. So when it comes down closer to the end, I'll have to move some material around to make sure it levels out right. But hopefully, it's gonna work pretty good for us. So we're gonna get a little blasted rock here, but it's mainly gonna be pay dirt. And I'm not having to do a full cut either. If we go back to this angle here, you can see I can go ahead and stop like right in there instead of having to swing all the way over there. I mean, I could dig through, but I mean, all I'm getting out of that is mainly dirt, so I'm just going to go ahead and move it forward as quick as possible and get as many of these cuts done in the amount of time that we're allotting ourselves. And I guess technically I'm not really allotting myself a specific amount of time, but we will hopefully get a bunch done today. I could run up and check to see how full those hoppers are already, because like I said, it's probably been in different times, like I said, 5 to 20 minutes here and there. I probably got 2 hours of cutting in maybe total. So hopefully we'll overload that thing, because I want to see it go into the second hopper, or second storage. I mean, I guess what I could do is just right click and make the first one all rubies, for instance, and then make sure that everything else passes through. I just want to know that it actually does it, because I haven't had it happen yet. So I'm hoping that we can make that happen today and know for future that it works properly. I'm only going by what someone's told me before, and I really haven't had a chance to fully test it yet. And I did put out the first farming simulator video for you guys. There was quite a few people who voted on it, and so I put it out. Uh, if it does good, I'll keep the series going. If it doesn't, I'll probably end up quitting it. I'd like the series to have some good viewership, and I mean that's why I quit doing the ranch simulator and the other little playtest things, because they weren't getting much viewership. A couple of them are kind of saturated right now, like the Space Satisfactory one. What was it called? Main Sequence. That's currently, because it's on playtest, it's being very saturated right now by YouTubers. So I think I'm going to stop right about here, and we're going to go ahead and see if I can get this to work. Hopefully. There we go. Because I don't need to go, like I said, all the way over. If it's just going to be dirt that I'm getting, I can use a shovel or something and flatten that out later. Or maybe every other pass extend out all the way, so that I'm getting more. Little tricks to make sure you get as much as you can out of stuff. What is this? Is this coal? Yeah, I think that's coal. Little tiny spot of coal, not a whole big one. Oh yeah, I need to switch that too. Crap. I know I've said it before, but I really like the way this thing sounds when it's tearing up the material. And I don't know why, it just sounds cool to me. I don't know. Let's see, is that thing square? Yeah, I guess it's square enough. I was having issues before with it bouncing back and forth a little bit, left to right, and so I was having to adjust the bagger to make sure it's going straight. I would really like to get this cut done. I'm not sure if I want to start another one, but I definitely want to get like this cut done so we're finished off on this flat before we end the season. Obviously, if I don't cut off of recording, we're not going to make it, so I'm going to have to do probably a few passes, or the last 4 episodes here are going to have to be hour-long episodes. So we got probably, I don't know, 40 to 50 meters cut in like 2 hours, and we got, I don't know, 100 plus meters here, I think. I'm not exactly sure. I'd have to measure it out, but I mean, the building's 40 right here, and that goes to there, and we got another, sorry, 40 blocks, so that's 80 meters right there, and then past that, so yeah, probably 100, 125 meters. So I think on the next season, I've had 2 people vote for the Arctic map. I do want to do the Arctic map. However, on the Arctic map, I was thinking about doing more bagger-esque type work and doing like an open pit mine. And then on Scandinavia, doing underground mine of some sort. And so with that being said, I think that my best option, if I want to do an underground mine first, will be to do Scandinavia. I guess I could put a poll out and see if people actually vote for it, but so far there's only been 2 comments, both were for Arctic map. Let's go ahead. That is not the button I wanted to hit. Let's go ahead and jump back in this thing and move forward. Gonna have to get out and put in some more floors and pylons here in a minute. We got like 1 more cut before we have to put some more in. Well, and put more hoppers in too. And I'm doing this to make it like it's exactly 2 blocks. That's why the pylons are there. Thank you, Jet, for that helpful hint too. Because that way, with this 695 bagger, I can do exactly 2 blocks every single time without having to figure out where the splits are in the floors. That also works if you're doing it without the planks and you're doing it right on the ground. You can do it the same thing. You know, put those pylons right straight in a row on the grid, and you'll know right where to go. Let's see. Let's go back to this one. I'm actually, when we get done with this cut, I'm going to jump over and see where the storages are at real quick. Because I know approximately how much material is in the hopper still. And I'll be able to kind of semi-judge where we're going to be at the end. If it's close, then I kind of can figure out where I need to be for, like, how long to dig for now compared to what we already have dug. And also how I figured that out was been a couple times I've done stuff on test map so that it doesn't mess with this one or my previous one. And for a double hopper, okay, a single double hopper to run like 100,000 material, it takes, I don't know, 5, 6 minutes, I think is what it was. I'd have to go back and look at my my notes and stuff that I have before. But like, so if you have 1,000,000, it's going to take you 50 minutes to run through. And currently, I'm pretty sure that's about where we're at right now, is 1,000,000 on both sides. You know, 2,000,000 total. So it's going to take like an hour-ish to process this material through when I get done cutting. So there will be a huge jump cut. Because who would want to watch this thing go for an hour? Usually what I do is I turn on some YouTube video and watch it for an hour until it's done. I mean, I'm also tossing it out there because there's lots of other people who do this. Some of the ones that I have watched has been Hugs has done some, Kerbo, Quad Thumb Gaming, Split in Two, um, Grim Burkwolf has done some. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut this out too. We'll do it every 2 cuts. We'll go all the way out. Or further out, I should say. Now, maybe not all the way, but... So yeah, there's definitely some people that I've watched. I've watched Jet's videos too. He's one that started after I did. He was watching mine to begin with. He's doing pretty good on his cut that he's doing. He even did a switchback with a dozer. Okay, so I am going to, number one, jump out and see where I'm at on these last 2 hoppers to see what we're doing here. And then I'm going to go up and check the storages real quick. So this one's already processed through. But this one's got 260, 290, 50, 101, 24, 156, 178, 39, 210. Yeah, this side, the left side definitely has more, I'm pretty sure. 96, 215, 158, 60. I'm not doing the math on this right now, I'm just kind of looking at them. Yeah, the left side definitely has more. But that's alright. So I'm going to jump up here real quick. I'm going to go to the fuel truck and I'm going to go check the storages. Then we're going to come back down and continue digging. I just want to see kind of where I'm at right now. There's been quite a bit of material run through here. Alright, let's see. So, oh yeah, we got them. It's passing through. Good. So I definitely have, alright, that's a good thing. We're going to have a lot of money on this one though because we have gold, 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 gold. The rubies and diamonds really don't help me at all, but that's cool. I like it. Alright, so let's jump back into the bagger. We will jump out of here again because we need to put more planks down and more hoppers, etc. Sorry, this is going to take me a minute. I should have thought about this before I actually started recording, but it is what it is. Part of it too. How many is that? Is that 10? 1, 2. That is 8. Okay. 9 and 10. And the reason why I picked 10 is because, oh no, I gotta need to buy more planks. I won't have enough. I need to get like another 50. Or more. I know exactly what I'm doing. Something like this. I'm going to go into here, and we're just going to purchase a bunch. I don't care. We have plenty of money. And a few 100,000 is not going to kill us on the numbers. And we've already made like 2 million since I came on today. Those dirt sales and coal sales are really a lot. Like I could technically, everything could go into a sell point. I mean, I really don't need to keep any of it. So I might actually change things up for the last couple episodes so we don't have to worry about going and checking stuff. Because we don't need any more rubies and diamonds and stuff to process because we have so many of them right now. Or maybe take one side and put it all into a sell point so I don't have to worry about it. Like there's no way to separate stuff out, diamond and ruby wise, and let the gold and stuff sell off. Um, we don't really need much of anything right now. We have tons of everything. I didn't move forward first. Yeah, I gotta move forward first. Hold on. Let's see. 1 and 2. Too much. Right about there. And hopefully I can put in another one. I don't know if it's actually big enough yet still. I might get caught up on the... Alright, there's enough there. Alright, and I have 2 hoppers left, so we can put in a little bit more. We'll get 2 cuts out of, or sorry, 4 cuts out of this. I do need to switch this though. Back to the left side. And then we'll start cutting here. So yeah, I can get in 4 more cuts this way. Maybe even 6 cuts, because I'm pretty sure we're just barely in. So yeah, I can probably do 6 cuts right now. And then I made a mistake. I didn't move that back to the left before I did the last cut. That's my issue. That's why there's so much on this side. So we're going to do probably a couple cuts on this side, this hopper area. And then start alternating back and forth again. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot of material. So yeah, next time we're not going to go all the way out. We're just going to cut it off right about where the wheel's at right now. Because I definitely want to keep material flowing through it. And as you can see, it keeps flashing where the park brake thing's at. So it's not really staying much in there. We'll get some going here in a second though. And I think for future too, instead of having a splitter for my coal line, it's going to go straight into a storage and then have a sell point after the storage. So if the storage does get full, it'll sell off excess, but then I'll have a full storage container whenever I need it for putting in more. That's the other thing too. I actually had to turn on the 8th generator, so we're running it 8 times 42. So what is that? 32, 33, 6 currently. And before I added the conveyors and stuff today, I think we were running at 29,000 something for power usage. I put in a couple of hoppers the other day and it shut off on me, so I had to go fire up the last generator. I've heard of people having like 60,000 watts running through their plant, and I'm trying to figure out what kind of plant they have, because I have everything I need up in there and all these conveyors, and it's only running 30. I wish I could get some videos of other people and their huge plants to look at. All I've ever seen is, you know, a few YouTubers doing pretty small plants. Split is probably the biggest one besides mine, and he's got like a 6 wash plant set up, but the way it comes in, it all gets put in dump trucks and then separated out from there. So I don't think it's running at the speed that ours is consistently, because it's going from 1 or 2 hoppers into like 6 lines instead. So it has to be using splitters, which takes a 300 line, turns it into 2 150 lines instead of having 4 300 lines like I have. We're definitely making progress today, though. I am actually probably going to cut this off after the next cut. I do have some other videos I need to work on too. There's a gold rush that's going to be coming out Thursday, I believe, that I have to work on. That looks pretty good, I think. Let's see if I can get a good view over there on that side. Alright, so we want to go, yeah, about there. Start cutting back. I need to make sure and change the hopper again, though. I keep forgetting that. And oh no, we're doing another cut on this, and that's right. Never mind. We don't need to do that. Let's go ahead and cut this. So this one will put us, 30, 32 minutes, somewhere in there, 31 minutes when we're done with this cut. Although it's not quite at full, so maybe like right at 30 maybe. And then I'm going to go check the hoppers, see how we're doing, see if I can do some half math, I guess, to see how close we are. And I'm not going to do 100% on it because it's too difficult to be exactly precise on two sides. But estimate it, see if it's going to be anywhere close. Autosave, time to stop cutting. Long save. There we go. Yeah, we're going to be close to like 30 minutes when we get done with this cut here. That should give me a couple minutes to kind of run through the hoppers real quick and do some fast math, I guess. Estimate it out. See how close we're going to be. I mean, there's definitely a lot of pay dirt and very little dirt going through right now. You can see the dirt getting clipped off the top right there compared to how much pay dirt we got going in. That's part of the reason why we have so much gold and not a whole lot of copper and everything else, because there's not a whole lot of blasted rock going through. I was actually thinking when we got further over here that we're going to hit blasted rock again, because at some point it's going to be blasted rock all the way across. Which I know in like my first season when I was doing blasted rock, I was seeing quite a bit of gold go through. I'm just not seeing that currently, and I'm not sure why. There's a whole lot more copper, aluminum, etc., but not a whole lot of gold coming through when I do it that way. And I said, I know that in previous season I had that there was, and maybe it's the map, I don't know, because it is a different map. We were on the quarry in the first one. So I'm just going to go ahead and end right here, I think. Let's start checking out these hoppers. See where we're at. We have definitely done a lot of material. Alright, so this one's going to have 120, 493, so that's 610. Nothing in that one. 63. Nothing in that one. 87. 730. 260. 770. 470. 860. 685. That's a million 30, somewhere in there. 740. 8, 9, 1065. 2 and 2, and then this one is 105. So this one actually has a little bit more in it now, which is okay. I can actually spread this out if I need to. We can pick this up right here currently and just let it sit for a minute, and we'll know kind of. Actually, I'll just go like that, consume, and we'll do this. And I think that'll pretty much be accurate. So like I said, I'm going to let this stuff run through, do a little bit of jump cut, and then I will see you when we are all done. I'll be back in a few. Alright, so the material's just about done processing. It's still got a little bit left to go on the lines here. So we're going to just chase it down and see if we can catch up. I know that if you look, you really can't see it there. It's going up the top of the hill right here. You can just see it if you were watching there. But this is the last of it right here. We are going to have a bunch of gold to sell. In fact, so much so that I wouldn't be surprised if we hit that 1 billion mark today. So let's go over here to the left side. Wait till this is done processing through. It shouldn't take too much longer, I don't think. Well, I guess we can start pulling it out now. Since, as you can see, it's mainly gold and rubies, diamonds, etc. There might be a little bit of a blasted rock that went through, but not a whole lot. Remember, each one of these stacks is 1.4 something million. Go ahead and put that back in there. There's a little bit of copper there. Got a lot of rubies and diamonds to put away too. Let's see, nothing else down below, right? Yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and sell this. It should be just about, yeah, it's done now. Let's take this. We're going to sell the gold real quick. See where we're at. I'm going to put everything else away for now. So we were at 192, I think it was. $228. That's not that good, really. 34 million. I do, however, have a bunch of nothing else coming through. Diamonds and rubies that we can sell probably in the next episode or two too. Get all that done. Alright, so 228 on this one. $228, so that's 34 million there. Yeah, so 74 million in gold sales today. That's gonna do it for this one, though. I'm gonna go ahead and put everything else away, and we will pick this back up on the next episode. Like I said, I do have a. Oh, there's some silver we need to sell. Let's get that out. There's probably some silver in the other one too. And I think we're selling the steel too, because I don't think I have any need for steel right now. But if you liked it, click that like button. It really does help out the channel. I do hope to, like I said, hit 1 billion. Silver, steel. Sorry, I'm trying to like half pay attention here and get this stuff put in here too. Silicone, another steel. Let's sell this steel off real quick too. Another like 2 million there. That's not bad. So 76 million today. That's pretty good. We still have another 236 million to go to get that 1 billion. We do have a couple more episodes though. Like I said, if you liked it, please click that like button. It really helps out the channel. If you have any tips, tricks, questions, concerns, or if you want to vote on what map we go to, Scandinavia or Arctic, let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you guys have a great day.